Welcome to Bay Area People. I'm Claudine Wong. Thanks for joining us. I want to give you a little insight on how our team here at Bay Area People puts together our shows for you. Sometimes it's pitches or current events, and sometimes we just throw out ideas. And that's what happened a couple of weeks ago when our producer, Kemi Harrison, said, "Did you know that May is Recommitment Month?" Truth be told, we had no idea, but we love the idea of it. It's a month where people are asked to take a look at the commitments in their life, whether it's resolutions, relationships, or causes. So we're going to use this show to introduce you to people who inspire us, motivate us, and move us by how committed they are. And we want to start by introducing you to Wendy Reynolds, a wife, a mother, an attorney, and a judge. When she was just a little girl, the unimaginable happened, and her life changed forever. But as she grew, she made a commitment. It's a commitment that she's honored for decades, and it's one that she hopes will save lives. Wendy Reynolds started talking to the 1,500 students inside this Pittsburg High School gym and told them she was a former DA and a judge in Alameda County.
Today, I'm going to tell you guys about a case that I was involved with, but I want you guys to imagine it along with me.
It was just a case until they realized what she was telling them was her story.
If you've ever heard 1,000 people go at the same time, it's very chilling.
Her story starts on a 2-lane road in Illinois, just a couple of miles from her home.
I was 5 years old. I just turned 5. My mom and dad were 25 and 26 years old. My sister was just turned 1. And my family was coming home from a graduation. I was asleep. It was about 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday night. I was asleep in the back seat. My sister was in her car seat in the back. And a driver under the influence, a repeat offender, driver under the influence, crossed over the center divider, fell asleep, and slammed head-on into my family's car. It looks like just a hunk of metal. Doesn't even look like a car, but what happened was I had slid under the front seat of the car, and then the front of the car, because the head-on collision had come over the top of me. So they didn't see me when they were initially going through the car. My sister's neck was broken. They say my mom was the first to die. They say that my dad died at the scene also. I don't know that none of them made it into the ambulance.
It is a heartbreaking story that Wendy Reynolds has told more times than she can count.
I started speaking when I was 16 years old. To my high school because some of my high school friends were going drinking and driving every weekend. My story was always my story, but I never wanted to share it before. And then I thought, if I don't start sharing my story and trying to save lives, then these kids are just going to keep killing themselves.
She now speaks to Rotary clubs and churches.
Basically, I'll talk to whoever wants to listen.
And she speaks to teens through the Every 15 Minutes program.
I've been in Wisconsin, Wyoming, Las Vegas.
It's a 2-day program that simulates a crash and the consequences. Most of it is pretend.
Every 15 minutes, someone loses their life due to a DUI. Today I died.
Even the imagining brings parents to tears.
Our Thanksgiving will never be the same without you.
All in a second, your son's gone, your life's changed.
Most of it is about what if.
I was crying, you know, I mean, it's personal.
What could be.
The hope is that they'll be able to make better decisions because of this program.
But for Wendy Reynolds, it's about much more.
Her story impacted, I believe it impacted the whole stadium in here.
It's about the life she almost lost.
I had so much internal bleeding, and the broken bones in there kept puncturing my lungs.
It's a miracle you were even alive, though.
I have been told I was a miracle, yes.
It's about the driver responsible.
He ended up not serving any jail time. He got a ticket for wrong lane usage and a $100 fine. So thereby is the reason that I became a prosecutor.
And it's about a commitment to making a difference.
I found my calling. So from the day I was 5 years old, my grandparents always said, you can do something to prevent this from happening again.
Does the burden get any lighter?
No, it hasn't so far.
Is that okay?
I think it has to be. I had to live for 4 people and make it right.
It is a commitment that comes at a cost to her own family.
I'm sorry that I missed your birthday parties, and last night I missed one of our softball games.
To speak.
To speak. And on Friday, I'm missing my son's birthday. And it hurts me every time, and it hurts them.
But she tells each group the same thing.
I'm here because I have to be. I want to be with my family, but I have to be here because of what happened, because I want to try to save your lives.
And it's what she can do, all she can do, for the parents and the baby sister that she never got to know.
Ever since I was little, I always believed that they were in heaven watching me. And hopefully they're proud of me.
And there's little doubt that the work Wendy Reynolds has done has made so many people proud. And so does the commitment of this next woman we want to introduce you to from Berkeley. Her name is Elena Griffin. She just marked 70 years working at Alta Bates Medical Center in Berkeley. She was just 20 years old when she started her first day on the job. Now she is 90, and in all those years of working, guess what? She's only called in sick 4 times. How is that for commitment? And she's not slowing down. She still works in patient relations 4 days a week in Oakland and Berkeley. Her career has actually taken her all over the hospital.
In this business, you never know what's going to happen, and so many times you don't have a choice of thinking, now that's not even in my job description. You don't have time. You just rise to the occasion and you do it.
And she does it in style. In fact, she always wears her 3-inch heels because they make her stand up straight. One of her other passions is music, and she says Frank Sinatra is her favorite. All right, stay with us, because for many people, there is no greater commitment than the one you make when you walk down the aisle. And when we come back, we're going to introduce you to a couple from the East Bay who can teach us all about love, marriage, and commitment.
Well, I don't want to say we never fought, but she never threw a glass in my head.